So, how was it?
That was what?
You know, the whole vice president being, the White House, the state dinners, how was it?
The worst 8 years of my life. That's how it was. And unless I'm mistaken, it will probably be the worst 4 or 8 years of your life as well.
What do you mean?
You think I mean?
Well, didn't you get to live in the beautiful house with the wraparound porch and the view of the Potomac?
It's not heated.
What? But we visited last year after the election and it was warm and lovely.
They turned the heat on for you and your husband. The Secret Service has the only key to the old oil burner. They turn it on when dignitaries come through or when new occupants are there for their tour.
I really don't understand.
The last couple to live in that house was Tipper and Al Gore. You saw what happened to that marriage. Not enough heat.
I really don't understand.
You've heard of the sequester? Where the Republicans in Congress cut government spending across the board? Well, the Vice President's house was part of that deal, along with flak jackets for our troops in Afghanistan and raises for the civil servants. They told us to close off all but 3 rooms and use space heaters to keep warm.
How did you live there for 8 years?
We didn't. We rented a small house in Georgetown from the Secretary of State. She owns a lot of real estate in Washington, and she's happy to rent houses out to people who have to be near the White House for their jobs.
When are you moving out?
We're not. She gave us a great deal to stay on. A rent-to-buy clause in our lease. Yes, Vice President, my husband, is going to be consulting for a firm in Washington. Something about not being able to use the term climate change in official government documents.
Why not?
I have you got the funniest idea.
Well, you certainly aren't painting a very pretty picture of a political life for a vice president and their family. Why didn't you just leave? Was it a political decision of your own?
Well, what would you call it? Quid pro quo, sort of this for that. My husband promised that if I stayed, that he would underwrite my congressional campaign in 5 years, in 2020. Finally, I will be the decider.
But I saw you and Barbara Walters. You said you felt useful for the first time in your life. You said the First Lady was like the sister you never had.
I lied. I have 5 sisters. Not only did I lie, but it was a script sent down from the White House press office. I think I was being used as a red herring during that campaign, sort of covering up for the First Lady and how she made a tirade with the press.
What? But I thought she was lovely when we met her at the White House after the election. We had tea and organic watercress sandwiches. It was all very cordial.
Oh, I'm sure it's not all her fault. Washington does things to people, especially people who live in the White House. I'm sure she can be charming when she's not trying to outdo Jackie Kennedy. Jesus, what a nightmare.
I think I feel a little bit faint. Where are our seats?
In back of the First Lady. Where else?